holidays, friends! And we are busy celebrating with Dumbledore and our families, which means we're not here today. But guess what?
Well, we are here, but we're not here.
Here. We're there.
We're
there. Here. But you know what? We're bringing back our greatest hits. That's right.
First episode.
Fresh off the press is our first episode of Royally Unhinged.
So stick around if you are watching this before you just watched our last episode.
Not confusing at all.
Yeah, not really. If this is December 24th and you're watching this one before you watch the last one that came out on the 17th,
go back and watch last week and then come back for this one.
Last week's and then come back here and then watch this one and it will make all the sense.
Yeah, and then we'll see you in the new year. And next week will probably also be a greatest hits, one of our favorite. These are a few of our favorite things.
When the dog bites.
When the bee stings. When I'm feeling. Why'd I start so low? I simply remember my favorite things. And then I don't feel so bad. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, all of the things.
All the business things. Take a break from Royally Unhinged. You're being given permission. Take a break from the business.
But watch the episode.
Always.
Always.
See you next time.
Bye.
Felicia.
Welcome to Royally Unhinged, the podcast where we discuss all things networking, marketing, and wizardry. That's right, it's everything you need to know and didn't know you needed to know. So come hang out for a while. I'm one of your co-hosts, Princess Paula.
I'm your other co-host, Tara B.
And together, we are Royally Unhinged. All right, friends, episode 1. It's what everyone's been waiting for, because everyone's been contacting us and saying, do tell, why have you left Meta?
Yeah.
Meta. It feels like there needs to be an echo there.
We could add one.
So we're going to break it down. And we're going to talk today. We are fully caffeinated, so hang on to your hats, grab your coffee. We are not sponsored, but if you want to be a sponsor, just know there are sponsorship opportunities now with the podcast. So give us a text or a ring and we'll talk about that.
Mingle up.
So this is not product placement today, but we are drinking a caffeinated drink because
we need it.
Caffeine makes the world go round.
It does.
All right, we're going to dive right in because recently both Tara and I have stepped off of Meta, Instagram, ye old Facebook, and we're going to talk about the why.
Yeah.
So let's travel back in time. We're going back in time to the dawn of time and the birth of Meta. Okay.
We're not going that far back.
Okay, we're going to go back. And most people are really familiar with Facebook. I think I started back in 2009-ish. Anywho.
I'd say I was probably 2012. It was right when MySpace was like not a thing anymore. And then,
it wasn't MySpace.
Yeah.
It was the space.
It was top
no space. Okay, so we've both been on Facebook and as marketing people, we've both been using it with our clients, getting them on there, Instagram and Facebook. So we have to look back to a couple of years ago when our favorite Mark Z, not so favorite,
Z.
He bought them both. He combined them together under Meta. And so, okay, where am I going with this? Why do we not like Meta?
Let's go back a little bit further because there was a question for you that I wanted to ask of when you started, and I'm going to totally stop talking about Meta for like a minute.
Okay.
When did you hop on TikTok?
Oh, so good. I'm so glad you asked, Tara.
You're
not on script. So we're going to talk about the COVID times, right? When the pandemic came along, suddenly everyone was indoors and everybody went virtual because we had no choice.
Right.
And that's when I moved to TikTok. That's when all of these virtual platforms like Instagram and Facebook literally blew up, but so did TikTok.
Yep.
And it was just the nature of everyone stuck inside. There's no other way to communicate with each other but on digital platforms. And that's when TikTok took off. That's hard to say. TikTok took off.
Tickety TikTok.
Took off. So I went into my pantry, not just to escape my family, but I started doing videos.
Sorry, Dad.
Paula's Pantry Post. Go find me on old TikTok. So I went into my pantry, started creating these videos, and everyone was on TikTok. Like during the pandemic, that's when the dances started. Like TikTok took off.
It wasn't just teenagers anymore.
Exactly.
Like, because that's when I hopped on.
I was on like the side for 40 plus TikTok, 50 plus. It was like, there was some fun. Anyway, that's a whole other episode. So what happened though was TikTok became so popular and it grew so fast and people became viral and they were selling, like it was all we were talking about, that all of a sudden Instagram was like, hey, what about me, guys?
I left in the dark.
Yeah.
In the arms
of the angel, fly away. Okay. So what does Instagram do to try and compete with TikTok?
They create reels.
Exactly. So that was their way of trying to compete, which they got some of the market share, but they just couldn't compete because the software wasn't the same. Algorithm, like they couldn't do the same thing.
You couldn't do all the same things.
Fun fact,
editing.
If you like fun facts. So when you create videos on TikTok and you download the video, you save it to your phone so you can post it on other platforms, you get to take the audio with you. On Instagram, when you create a reel, they keep everything there. And so if you try to download your reel from Instagram, you can't take the music with you. So Instagram was trying to compete, but they didn't create the same. It wasn't apples to apples.
No.
And then YouTube was over in the corner going, hey man, what about me? So what did they create?
Exactly how YouTube talks like too. If you're wondering the different voices of the social media platforms, that's YouTube.
That's YouTube. Okay, so what does YouTube create?
Shorts.
Exactly. So just if you're on any of these platforms, this is how they all compete. They all see how popular TikTok is. They want to be just like TikTok. And so they're trying to create something similar. They never quite get it.
No.
It's like imitation mac and cheese or something like that.
They're missing a piece of the recipe.
It's close.
It's not your grandma's cookies.
Right. It's like when you get the imitation brand of something and you're like, why is this not quite the same?
YouTube.
So they tried. Okay. So TikTok's just like leading the pack. Everybody wants, but these other ones are trying. They're trying desperately to compete. However, the other reason why TikTok was doing so well and was so popular was because they weren't charging people.
Yeah.
You could be on TikTok for free. You could create content for free. You could share the content. You could go viral.
And this is when TikTok wasn't doing ads at the time.
Correct.
So fast forward a little bit, then TikTok started. So it started being something that they generated.
But never to the extent that Meta was doing, because you could be on TikTok and your stuff could go viral just because you had great content and your people could find you. Over on Instagram and Facebook, suddenly, well, okay, pause, stay with us. We're kind of going off the rails.
That's the whole point of this.
I can remember during the pandemic being in all my networking groups and we were all on Zoom. And I kid you not, every week or 2 weeks, I would print off the latest schedule for when you needed to post to have your stuff be found. And it changed. It would be like Monday, 2 p.m., Tuesday, midnight, Wednesday, this time. And then 2 weeks later, I'd be like, okay, networking group, here's the latest information on when you should be posting your content. And it was this game, like for real, every couple weeks. You know this.
Yeah.
I'm preaching to the choir. We have a guest in the studio today. So I'm going to just talk to our guest.
Can I pause for a second?
Pause.
I want to give a shout out to our guest right now.
Woo, woo.
We have Mr. Matthew Deary with Added Element. He is a wonderful with Corey over at Added Element. They're fantastic with all their video stuff. Fantastic.
It's why we look so gorge today, because they've helped us with the lighting. Go check out my speaker reel done by Added Element. I mean, he's the bomb diggity.
.com.
So, and that was just a product placement sponsor.
Sorry, I went off the...
Because he's awesome. Okay.
Continue.
Where was I? Paying to be found.
Yes.
Right? Facebook. Okay. So when to post. So it was this crazy thing. And that's when Instagram and Facebook, they started their like reeling you in. This is how we're going to keep you cooked in. That was
Reeling
that was
it with
reeling.
the
If you're
reels.
not watching, I'm casting and reeling in the bait, because the way they kept you hooked to Instagram and Facebook was this week you got to post at this time. Just kidding. Now you have to post at this time.
And then you have
Just
all
kidding.
of the marketing experts out there that are telling you, hey, this is all the new analytical stuff that just came out. These are the different times. So you not only have analytics directly from Facebook telling you that these are the times, but now you have all of these influencers out there too that are also telling you these are the times, and none of them ever quite match.
No. So you're constantly chasing. It's how they kept you. It was like being addicted to a drug, because you're trying to go viral and you're trying to get the thing, but they keep moving it and changing it. Or how about this? How about this one? The ideal number of hashtags to have on your post is 11. Just kidding. Now it's 30. Just kidding. Don't have more than 9. Like, do you remember? I mean, she's smiling because if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
It's just funny because I have always kind of been devil's advocate on hashtags, and I try with my clients. I try not to utilize a whole lot of hashtags.
There will be another episode just on hashtags.
There will be another one. It's on the topic list. But I can tell you, with as many people that are out there that claim that they're the influencers, they're like, no, we know all this stuff about social media, all this stuff. They're saying also, along with all these platforms, that you have to have this many hashtags, this many. The amount of times that I had clients coming to me and they're like, this isn't correct. I need you to add 15 more hashtags. And this is what I'm like, oh, so now you're the expert.
Yep.
On it too.
Hashtags in the post, hashtag in the comments. Okay. So point being, Meta, I'm going to just group them as Meta. They were still Facebook and Instagram. They were still separated at the time.
But we're just calling it.
But it was this constant thing of not allowing for success, because by constantly share and changing hashtags, no hashtags. When to post, we're changing when you post. They were constantly moving the goal post. And so it was impossible for people to find success. Like, you'd get close, but you were never quite there. So if you're trying to help your clients and your customers show up and be found, you're just chasing this goal that you can't find. And that started to really irritate me, because I thought, if I'm doing this full time and I can't even find the goal post, how is somebody who's an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, a small business owner that has no time
trying to figure that out while trying to run their business, their employees, their staff, their products, whatever it is?
Exactly.
It's like,
it's impossible. Okay,
that's
so
big sad.
let's keep piling on the reasons. So then we have the fact that you could start to pay to have your posts boosted and get in front of an audience. So let's just break that down for a moment. Because if I am Meta, if I'm the company and I have 100 people that are paying to boost their content, I have to make sure that their content goes out first, because they're paying me to be seen. So now all of a sudden, when you get on Facebook or Instagram, all you're seeing is this sponsored content. Hey,
and it gets worse, because even recently on Instagram, even if you go to somebody's page and you scroll on their grid that they have, and then you're like, oh, I want to look at this. So you click on it, you keep scrolling to the next picture or something. Now you start seeing ads with somebody's own profile.
Yes.
Like, I don't care about roofs needed over here.
Yeah.
With a giant, like, I don't care about that. Like, I'm here to see my friends or kids or whatever it is. Like, I don't want to see ads in somebody. So they just start placing all of these ads everywhere. And we all remember, which it's still there, the Facebook ad network on the right hand side. If you're on a desktop, that's all ads right there.
Yep.
Well, now you have ads that are mixed into all of your content. Well, now you have ads that are showing up if you click on a page. Even the ads is like, oh.
Well, and the difference is, like, let's say you're on YouTube. If you're watching a video on YouTube, every once in a while an ad pops up and you watch like 2 or 3 seconds of it, maybe 5 seconds, and then you can skip ad.
Yes.
But you can go through YouTube and pick what you want to watch without the ads. Same with on LinkedIn. Every once in a while there's an ad in there, but it's not too bad. But with Instagram and Facebook, which is where everyone has been sitting and living, especially since the pandemic, it got too crowded.
So crowded.
And last episode that we recorded, that kind of we're re-recording, I gave the example of going to the state fair. Okay, if you have a state fair wherever you're living, we live in Minnesota. We have the Minnesota State Fair, which is huge, and I don't go for this very reason. If you've ever been to a state fair type place, and it's just crowds, it's just people, masses of people. So imagine going to the state fair and you're going to meet your friend, but you haven't decided on a meeting place. You're just going to go and see if you can find your friend. And you get to the state fair and you're trying to find your friend in a crowd. Or maybe even you have 50 friends that have gone to the state fair. The odds of actually bumping into your friend and finding them in the crowd is going to be totally random and nearly impossible.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happened now with Instagram and Facebook, because whether you're on one or the other or both, you have all of your friends, your followers, right? On these platforms. You maybe have like 100. Some of you are like, I have 15,000, whatever. You're popular. Good job.
Get it.
Whatever. But you want to be able to see your friends and find them and enjoy their content and them see yours. And it's not happening.
And the only way that you can do that, so if we are at the state fair, the only way that I can see Paula way over there is that if she gets boosted up. If she gets boosted on Facebook so that there's a giant flag that's raising her up there.
There you go.
It's the only way that you can see small business.
If I was on stilts, if I was wearing stilts and walking through the crowd at the state fair on stilts, everyone would see me. They'd be like, look at that tall person on stilts. And I would have a lot of attention, but I'd have to pay for the stilts. Otherwise, no one can see me.
Yes.
And that's exactly what's happening. So that's another reason where I'm like, I don't like that. That's not great for clients who are trying to be found by their prospective clients, customers. I also don't like that I'm not seeing the people I want to see. I want to see your babies and weddings and getaways. Well, I don't always want to see your getaways because then I get really jealous and I have massive. Oh, next. That leads me to the next one. All right. So we're ticking them off.
Oh, ticking the TikToks off the TikTok.
Tickety talk. So here's the next one. I have found, and I know I'm not the only person, and if I am, just don't tell me because it'll hurt my feelings. But in the morning, when I wake up and I open up my phone and I'm on Insta, maybe Facebook, and I'm feeling all alone because I start looking and I get massive FOMO. I start my day and I'm looking at my feeds, and before long, my husband's like, why are you crying? Why are you angry? What just happened? And sometimes there's just something about these platforms that lend themselves to feeling like your life is less than. You're looking at me. Am I the only one?
No, I agree with you.
Is it just me?
No, it's not just you. That's where, and I think I mentioned this before to you, is that even there was a time, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, not great stuff. Soon as you hop on, depending on what your focus is, because believe it or not, Facebook, Google, all of those things, they know so much about you already.
Word.
So much about, no, seriously, there's a spot on Google that you can go to, and it has an entire list of all of your interests.
Do we want to pause here and talk about how our data is being sold on the daily and how people are trading our data that they collect from all of these platforms? Or do we want to freak out the listeners?
But it's just, so be conscious if you're on Facebook and you're like scrolling by and you see like, oh, this thing looks really cool. I want to buy this. And then you click on it and then that's all you see all the time, forever and always.
Okay, while she's mentioning that real quick, I'm going to bring up my dad who can't even use his cell phone. Love you, Dad, but it's totally fine. So when my dad does watch news, like he's not on social media, but the point being, it's not always really positive. And when I recently went to Canada to see my dad and he was like, I would get out of that country if I were you. I was like, it's totally fine, Dad. It's going to be what have you been listening to that makes you think that? And to your point, too often, it's not happy news that sells.
No.
That is not what keeps people coming back for more.
Dramatic news.
Except during the pandemic when, what's his face from The Office? Oh, what's his name? He played Pam's,
Jim Halpert?
Yes. So during the pandemic, not Jim, the real life person guy whose name.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Jim.
What's his real name?
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski.
Oh, from the audience.
That's why we have him.
Thank you, Matt Deary. Okay, so he had good news. Anyway, during the pandemic, he did this thing which was fabulous because it was all good news.
Yeah.
It was like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Point is, we don't often get that on social. So it's just not great for that.
That's not.
Okay. So we're looking at all these things, and then the big one comes along, kind of like the last big final straw. Pause for a moment, and both Tara and I can attest to the fact that our businesses, well, okay, I'll attest to my fact. I don't want to speak for you, but my business has taken off in the last 2 years because of LinkedIn, because it truly is the professional playground for professionals. That didn't make sense, but it's a social media platform. It's a platform for professionals. And it's just really where professionals go to hang out and do stuff. And so I've just been watching on Instagram and Facebook how I'm posting every day and people see it, but there's not any traction. It's not getting anywhere. People, and we're going to talk about your verified in a moment as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the big one that finally came down that really irked me. Okay, so I'm going to tell this story really quickly in a story fashion. And if you're sitting there going, show me the facts, Paula, I can back it up with all of the facts.
Just drop a comment.
And we'll do the fact checking for you. But we have Zuckerberg, Big Z, and he is trying to compete with TikTok because TikTok is still, all these years later, still doing great, super popular. Everyone loves it. And he's like, I can't shut it down. I've created reels. I've done all these things. I can't seem to compete with TikTok. What am I going to do? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll get it shut down. So if you look at, today, there are other apps, foreign apps that we have, Temu and Shein.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has happened to those. But yet TikTok needs to be banned because it's bad. So Big Z, who has very deep pockets and a checkbook that I envy, goes to government and says, hey, TikTok's really bad. We need to shut it down. Oh, here's some money as a thank you for helping me. And lo and behold, TikTok gets banned. It gets shut down for 12 hours. Tara, what do you think was happening on that 12 hours that it went down?
I don't know, Paula. Please tell me.
It's called migrating to another network. What? Okay, anybody that works in a corporate office knows what it's like when they tell you, you get the memo, this weekend our computers are going to be down because we are going to be moving to another network.
New server, all this stuff.
Yes.
Maintenance, whatever it is.
Now, this I don't have definitive proof for other than a little bit of digging and detective work that I've done and talking to the
we also
dark web.
Understand that please take everything with a grain of salt. We are just experts in this, so this is what we build our lives around. So you may have a different opinion than us, but this is what we have found.
Yes. So all of a sudden TikTok gets banned. It's not allowed anymore. The app is taken down, all of the things. And I'm just like,
everyone's
not cool.
Freaking out. Like the amount of how many posts did you see?
I was sad though too, Tara.
Oh, I know.
I love TikTok.
Well, and I love TikTok too. I mean,
no, I love it more.
Well, probably.
Just kidding.
But when you're like, because I hopped on TikTok the same time that everybody did during the pandemic, right when it happened. Like we were bored in the house, and
we were in the house bored.
We were bored in the house.
We're in the house bored. What?
Shout out to that guy because that song was gold.
Oh.
But no, it was like everything was you couldn't go out and talk to people, so it was a very easy way to get free content, free entertainment from people.
The editing software is so good on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like so
well, and now
so
that
good.
Came back. Like it's
the only place I was editing content, and I was teaching my clients how to edit their videos on TikTok because it was free, it was good. Captions.
I was doing it a short while.
So good.
I started, I hopped on Video Leap and all these other.
Do you know how many things I own in my house because of TikTok? Because I saw them on TikTok.
Oh, the amount of things that I have.
The gadgets, the food, the clothes.
Shout out to TikTok
shop. It's so good. So when it went down, I got mad. I got furious. Fast
and furious, Paula.
I was just mad.
Like a Ferrari.
I was like, last straw, Zuck. Last straw. Like at this point, your platforms are costing us money. I can't see anybody I want to see. You're not helping my clients. Nobody's growing. Like this is just reason after reason.
But here's one of the other things too. Okay, so when TikTok did go down, who here was on Facebook and saw a few different messages and a few different changes on Facebook and TikTok all at the same time?
Coincidence? I don't think so. We should have coordinated that.
Sorry, we'll try again next time. But no, as soon as TikTok went down, all of a sudden there was an update on Instagram, and now they had a different format. It's not square format.
Explain that for a minute. Do explain, Tara, because that was the big indicator.
Well, as soon as that happened, I'm just like, okay.
Okay, well, what are you talking about for those that don't know?
Oh, okay. So when you are on Instagram, you have on your profile, you have the grids. All of the pictures on there, they're in a square format. It's a 1-to-1 ratio of their pictures that are on there. Well,
and why is that important from a marketing, or how have people utilized that from a marketing standpoint?
I don't know.
Oh, really? So there have been people on their profiles, they work with various marketing companies to create it so that...
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, on Instagram, there's different ways, and there's different apps that you can do this, but you can actually have the squares so that they all connect, so it is like a giant picture instead of just like... Or if you're doing carousels on there or something, that it's a square format, so you can, like, as you're going through the carousel, that it morphs into the next image and all of that stuff.
Like those 16 square grids where it's like one big picture.
Just one giant one.
Was huge.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
It went away.
And then when it got changed, all of a sudden people jumped on Instagram.
Pictures look weird now.
Because maybe you didn't realize this. They changed it to the same format as TikTok.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the person who didn't like TikTok and was trying to ban TikTok changed all of his content to look just like TikTok. Coincidence?
I think not.
And then, lo and behold, when TikTok comes back up 12 hours later after the pseudo ban or whatever.
Before that even happened, because when TikTok was down, all of a sudden on Facebook, you started seeing messages.
Yes.
Hey, do you have a TikTok? Link it on your profile.
Yeah.
So it's when TikTok was down.
Coincidence?
I think not.
Right. So like all of a sudden, the guy who doesn't like TikTok and gets it banned and taken down, is suddenly showing TikTok-like features on his platform. And then when TikTok does come back up, which totally sounding like conspiracy theorists, but I don't even care. When TikTok comes back up, suddenly there is a Facebook account and an Instagram account on TikTok. Coincidence?
I think not. I think people are sick of me saying that now.
Maybe. I don't know, say something.
I think not.
So it was too much of a game. Like at that point, I just went, you know what? You're not getting my time, my money, my energy, Zuck. Like I'm done. I don't think that he's for the people. And again, it's not political. It's not whatever.
No, none of this is political. This is just...
It's what's the best interest of our clients.
That's really what it is. And to kind of backtrack, because Paula mentioned earlier, about being verified.
Well, what is that?
Verification.
Well, I take a sip of the lovely caffeinated beverage from not our host, but it could be our host. If you want to be our host on Royally Unhinged, we would love to have you host. We have several wonderful hosting packages. And if you wanted to be not a host, a sponsor. If you want to be a sponsor.
I was letting you go with it. I didn't know where it was going.
If you would like to be a sponsor, then we can mention your business right here, right now. Tell everyone to buy it.
So, verification. If anyone remembers back on TikTok when verification, it's that little blue check mark that's down by your name, your username down there or whatever. So on TikTok, you had to have so many followers. You had to be in the Cool Kids Club to get that. Even people that had like over 200,000 followers that constantly put out the content all the time, even sometimes they didn't get verified. What their verification process was, I don't really understand, nor do I care.
I couldn't do it because it costs money.
With TikTok?
No, on Instagram. Oh,
no, I'm talking about TikTok. This is where verification started being like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So then everyone wanted the blue check mark. Well, then I started seeing on Instagram that you could get verification on Instagram. Kind of same thing. You had to be part of the Cool Kids Club. You had to fit within certain guidelines to be verified, all of that stuff. Well, then I think around the same time that Facebook absorbed Instagram and then turned into Meta at one point is when verification started having to be paid for.
Yep.
You had to pay to get a blue check mark. I'm going to be very vulnerable right now. I'm going to tell you guys, I did it. I did it because I wanted to see what the actual perks were. Was this a benefit for my clients? What do I get out of it? What do I get out of it? So I did the verification on Instagram only because it was not on Facebook yet. So I did it on Instagram, got verified. You had to upload your driver's license so it's actually you, so it's more secure, whatever it is. So once I was verified on that, then a few months later or a year later, I don't even remember how many months or whatever it was. But then on Facebook, all of a sudden, you could now be verified on Facebook. Well, if you already bought verification on Instagram first, and now you want to be verified on Facebook, you have to cancel your Instagram one so you can bundle it together with Facebook. So you have to have 2 different subscriptions that are merged into one. And it's a pain in my booty. So what did I do? I got verified on Facebook too. You sure bet your bottom dollar that I did.
Oh, and how has it helped?
I canceled it.
Besides being a money grab.
It's a money grab. It's like $25, $30 a month
Because
to do that.
Zuck doesn't have enough money, so we need to help him out.
So once this whole thing with TikTok started, I'm like, you know what? There has literally been no benefit. The only thing that I really got to see is when on Instagram, when there was like a new thing that was coming out, it's in beta mode. Like you get first dibs at seeing what it's like. And this is like right when Threads was coming out. So I was one of the first people to get a Threads account and access it and see how that all is. Which, if you don't know about Threads, it's exactly like Twitter
Right.
or X.
Isn't it funny how they keep doing that? Like, once
just keep
again,
making
they
new
see
platforms
somebody
that
else
the
that's
same.
doing something really good, so they try to copy it, and it's never as good as the original.
But look at how that was, because now it's Meta, so it's Facebook and Instagram. They already morphed into another social platform, which was TikTok. So they absorbed what TikTok was, or formerly known as Vine, whatever it was prior to. But now Big Z wants another hand at what X is doing,
Mm-hmm.
or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I hate calling it X. I think that's a
The
dumb...
platform formerly known
It's
as...
a dumb... Seriously, X is a dumb name. I'm sorry. It just is. But now they have another platform that they added on, and all 3 of these all mesh together so you can cross-post across everything. And you even see Threads posts pop up on your Facebook now too.
But
It's
people
all
don't even realize that they're not seeing
Facebook
what they want
stuff anymore.
You know what the best thing is? I'm sorry if you're listening right now and you're one of the people that have done this before, but when someone posts a post and they're like, if you're not seeing your friends and seeing what you want to see, post this post. And no, you won't. No, you won't. You're not going to see them.
They're the ones that my lawyer says that I need to post this so Facebook
Sorry.
doesn't steal my info. Like,
Not
Facebook
true.
already got your info, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they just do.
But
even with the integration of how this is, so after this whole TikTok thing, like I canceled my Meta subscriptions because I was like, this is pointless. I don't want to give more money to a giant corporation like this. I'm done with it. And I've talked to clients about it too that also have Meta verification right now. And I'm like, I don't think it's worth it. You know, we tried it to see if it was beneficial for you. We didn't see an outcome in it. So let's just get rid of it. But this is how involved just social media in general has enveloped. So I'm going to ask you this question.
You're about to read my mind.
This was not scripted. How many different subscriptions or different logins that you have that is directly you logged in with Facebook, you logged in with Google, you logged in with...
Tara.
So what if you get rid of Facebook at some time and you have this other...
Oh, I've already been doing that. I've had to recreate so many logins because except for Kenny, because he's the OG logins. So it's like the number of things that I would log into through Facebook. You guys, you have to understand what the end game is. And the end game isn't photos of your kitty, cat, and your boat and your family vacation. The end game is your data. The end game is your data. What they want is your data. And every time you log into an app somewhere using Facebook, whether it's whatever,
they're getting that data.
And every day, just like there's the New York Stock Exchange, ding, ding, the bell gets rung every day. And at the end of the day, they're like, the Dow Jones is down 14%. Okay. Just like stocks and bonds are being sold on the daily, your data is being sold on the daily. There are data houses, and what they do is they collect your data from like Facebook, and every time you swipe your card and everything you're doing, and they are buying and selling your data because that is more valuable than your IRA and your retirement. So know that when you're logging into all of these things, and I'm not telling you not to, that's a different...
cautious of it.
Just know that every time you're logging into an app using your Facebook account, because it's easier, they're grabbing your info, and that is why you see ads and whatever you're talking about right now, it shows up in your feed. So yeah.
Well, and even just to offspin on that, if you are on Facebook and you're scrolling and you come to an ad about buying something because it's 80% off, we're going out of business, whatever it is. I'm subject to it. I did it once and then whatever. That's another story. But when you click on those and you're like, hey, I want to buy this, guess what? Remember when it used to take you off site into another browser, like away from Facebook? And then like a year and a half ago, it was like, no, now we're changing it. So we're going to keep you within our own system so that we don't send you outwards. So now if you click on one of those links, it just shows up within Facebook. It doesn't take you off of it. And then it's like, hey, did you auto-save your stuff? We'll auto-save all of your info and your card info and your name and your billing address in here. So if you want to buy another thing from an ad that you see on Facebook,
We'll make it easier.
will auto-do it for you because in the world today, everybody wants everything to be done easy.
Okay, this is a whole other podcast we're going to do episode, because I just watched this show called Buy Now and it's all linked to that, and it's all about making it as quick as possible and how the people at Amazon created all this. But I'm going to leave some suspense because it will blow your mind. But okay, so we got to take this home. So end of the day, we've just listed a whole bunch of reasons why we finally were at the point where we're like, we can't support, we're just not in favor of this platform anymore. You might agree with all of them, maybe just one of them, but for Tara and I, it was like, it was too much. It's not benefiting us. It's not benefiting our clients. And I'll tell you what, it was really hard. Yeah. I had been posting every day, sometimes multiple times a day for 6 years straight, every day for 6 years, on vacation, anywhere I went.
How many days is that? Somebody do the math.
Too many. So we're talking an addiction, a serious addiction. So when I said giving up Meta, I was like twitching. I didn't know what to do with myself because I would wake up and I'd be like, oh, I'm not checking Instagram, Facebook, not posting. I would go out. I'm so used to taking video and picture, and I'd literally go to things like when I was up in Canada this weekend, I was going to take a picture and then I went, well, why? Where am I going to post it? Guess I won't take a picture anymore.
Well, here's part of it too, because you guys will probably still see us on these platforms on a business surface to a point. Personally, we have just decided to back off because I don't see a whole lot of value in this platform anymore, because the algorithms that keep on telling you this is what you need, this is what you need. Hey, guess what? LinkedIn is pretty great, and it's just, it makes more sense for us, for a lot of our clients. It makes more sense to be on there than having to waste our clients' money constantly trying to be seen by new people on Facebook, Instagram, Threads even, which I don't even want to dive into that. But
and may I just add to that also?
Okay.
Where'd it go? Really? Come on, Paula.
Threads, Facebook.
Gotta back up. Oh, no. Wait.
She's lost.
Oh, that's it. Okay. So if you wait long enough, it comes back again. It just sometimes takes a while. It's like the orbit of the moon. So you might still see content showing up on Meta from us for our businesses because we play the Google game. We play the AI Google game. And the way it happens is if you want your business to be found, now, especially with AI being attached to everything, AI is now going out and searching the web. So if someone goes to Google Princess Paula or Dapper Dog Marketing, it's going to do a search. And when it sees that we have a presence on Instagram and Facebook, it's going to be good for us. The Google gods say, we like you, and they serve you up. Bada boom, bada bing, you get found. It's great. So that's why we're still keeping a business placeholder on
But
Meta.
honestly, I don't know how much longer I'm going to do that.
I know. It's exhausting.
I might just...
Stay tuned. It's going to be great. So,
will Tara do it or won't she? Down below.
Stay tuned to find out more. So yeah, so that's why if you want to hang out with us, you got to come over to LinkedIn. I'm still on TikTok. I'm posting all of this stuff now on TikTok. I loved it. Who knows?
I have a TikTok, but I don't go. I'm on YouTube Shorts. That's where I live now.
Yeah, see, I don't see all the things up. But the problem is with TikTok, there's still the buy.
Oh, he's so great.
Okay, that'll be a whole other thing.
He's so funny.
We're not on there anymore. This is what we're thinking. If you got comments, let us know, because we might just mention those in our listener mailbag.
We don't have a mailbag.
You just got a letter. You just got a letter. You just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Oh, so good. All right. So we're going to say goodbye for now. We're going to get ready. You get ready, because there'll be another episode coming soon. We have so many cool, fun, exciting topics that are about marketing, networking, and wizardry. So with that, I'm Princess Paula.
And I'm Tara B.
And together we are Royally Unhinged. Cue the music.